stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Zegler is no stranger to controversy, especially after her outspoken comments on Snow White. She found herself at the heart of intense backlash, to the point where the remake is now considered one of the worst ever. You might think she'd step away after all that drama, but no, she's back. And what she just revealed might leave you speechless. Why is Rachel still standing strong amid the chaos? Could she actually be grateful for everything that's happened? And here's the big question. Will she take legal action against Disney? Or could Disney turn the tables on her instead? Is Rachel truly the problem? Or is there more to the story? And it's not just Rachel, her friend Halle Bailey also faced her own wave of backlash for playing Ariel in The Little Mermaid. How did she handle it? And what lessons can Rachel learn from her? Stick around as we dive deep into the drama.
So much for joining and coming to the party, and I know you had a busy day yesterday at D23.
I did. It was so fun. Oh my god, as a huge Disney fan, it was so exciting to finally get to go to D23.
Yeah.
Tickets sell out like in a flash. So it was so exciting to go, and my mom was super jealous because my mom is the reason I'm a Disney fan. Oh, my mom's favorite princess is Snow White. So it's honestly her manifestation coming to be.
So when you got the role, how did she react?
She does this hilarious thing where she goes, "Oh my god, Rachel Ann."
You're like, yes, mother.
Yes, Mom.
I am Snow White.
And I can never tell if I'm in trouble or if she's happy. And that time it was happy. I was not in trouble for getting the role of Snow White.
That's so funny. Speaking of Snow White, how is it going? I think you wrapped, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh my gosh, what was it like? I mean, knowing you're a Disney fan.
Just walks past with somebody else.
Stepping into this world, it's also, the first movie wasn't from the 20s.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, the first cartoon came out 85 years ago. I just mean that it's no longer 1937. And so to be able to, 85 years later, be the first Disney live action version of that is so incredible. I grew up on Disney films on the VHS tape. I was terrified of the original cartoon when I was a kid. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White Scare. So honestly, it's just like getting to work through the terrifying trauma that I had from watching the original cartoon every day on set.
These were terrifying.
Disney cartoons were so scary back then.
What was the most challenging and also fun part about playing Snow White?
The entire sequence of Whistle While You Work. And when you see the film, you'll know why.
I'll be like, that one time Rachel told me about that.
She was whistling and she was working.
Okay.
Stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and it is I have to pretend like, oh, crazy that we're in front of this.
Wait, how long?
It's like I'm standing there waiting for the photo op, being like,
Well, you kind of are, you know?
no, I guess
Like
so.
in Harrison Ford. Is that your favorite ride? I mean, that's a weird thing that you are Snow White now.
I mean,
Wow.
it's one of the original. I'm a really big Disney fan. I grew up at the Disney parks. My parents took me every
Oh,
summer.
you did?
Yeah, so it's like, it is. It's a part of my upbringing. It's my favorite thing. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
that comes
don't
with the
tell them
territory.
if you love it. Don't let them scare you.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. I'm a narcissist. I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this.
And I had a really hard time. It was a really hard thing where I felt like I had bit off more than I could chew and that they'd made the wrong decision because I didn't know how to do that.
It's been the honor of a lifetime, I think. Any young person, any little girl, you get to put on a Disney princess dress and be her for a day, let alone 6 months of shooting in London on these incredible sets in a Sandy Powell design dress. It's just been the most amazing experience, and I can't wait to share it with you all. We, along with our amazing director, Mark Webb, our entire cast and crew, we have worked so incredibly hard to bring this iconic story to life, and we're so excited to give you a sneak peek at the film. And as you know, there will be so many new songs that are amazing by Oscar Award winners Pasek and Paul. But here for D23, we're going to show you a classic. Let's take a look.
I have a feeling that this video is going to get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context. That's what I signed up for, isn't it? But I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have when I say that this has been the biggest adjustment of my life, like understanding the way my life operates now, being who I am, and the things that I've been so fortunate to make. It comes with so much ground that I never thought I would be able to cover, and that people think I'm doing poorly, and other people think I'm doing gracefully, and I don't think I'm doing it at all. So when I tell you that it's hard, I just mean to be inside my brain. That's hard. And I'm there 24/7. I can't get out of it. And I don't know if that will make sense, but that's where I'm at. I'm so grateful for the things that I'm able to do. And a lot of what I'm able to do is because of you guys. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats. And maybe that's a weird takeaway for this video. This is a life. This is real, but it's hard. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay. Maybe that's a weird takeaway. Regardless, this is not supposed to be anything other than insightful entertainment. It's what I do best. Just know that I am the most grateful person alive. But I'm also
You are just so graceful and respond and don't. It's just the most beautiful thing to see. Being women under the spotlight, people are so critical and just say anything that they would never say to your face.
No. As much as you'd like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do, and it fuels them more.
Yes, exactly.
Choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace, choosing to be present and know that they are probably just having a really hard day.
Yes.
And I am putting out a movie. And I feel so thankful for those moments because it started to make me feel like solid Teflon.
Yes.
That it can't really, that nothing can hurt anymore because they've said the worst that can be said, and you just kind of, I have a lot of love in my life.
Yes.
And I'm very thankful. We get to do our work and have that speak for itself instead, which is exactly what you've done. And
you too. I love the saying, my throw stones and I'll build a bridge out of them. Isn't that nice?
That is nice. No, it's true though.
Yeah.
There are people out there who say things that make people want to not come together and make people want to fight. And it's just
Despite the chaos surrounding her dismissal, Rachel Zegler has surprisingly found a sense of gratitude in the backlash over Snow White. She's discovered a silver lining amidst the storm, particularly thanks to the support of fans and fellow actors, including Halle Bailey. Bailey, who also faced criticism for her role as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, has been a key figure in Zegler's journey. In an honest conversation with Bailey on Variety's Actors on Actors, Zegler admitted she's thankful for these challenging moments because they've toughened her up like Teflon. She explained that nothing can hurt her anymore since critics have already said the worst they could. Rachel shared, "Thank you so much for this. I have a lot of love in my life. And I'm very thankful we get to do our work and let that speak for itself." However, there's a twist. Zegler's actions now seem to contradict her words. If she's truly grateful, why is she reportedly taking legal action against Disney? The company is allegedly preparing to sue her, but not for the reasons you might think. Zegler is accusing Disney of racial discrimination and calling out toxic fan behavior, which she believes played a role in her removal from the Snow White remake. Despite expressing appreciation for the opportunity, Zegler argues that her dismissal was unjust and highlights deeper systemic issues in Hollywood, particularly the treatment of actors from marginalized backgrounds. Refusing to accept the industry's tendency to remove talent due to public pressure, Zegler insists her concerns must be heard. And the drama doesn't end there. Her frustration with the Snow White situation is only growing. The abrupt cancellation of the Snow White project has left everyone questioning the true reasons behind Disney's decision. Zegler is claiming that Disney has breached their contract with her, calling it a serious blow to trust and professional integrity. This raises a big question. Should Disney be the one suing Rachel instead? Disney, already grappling with financial and reputational issues, is facing the consequences of fan backlash and ongoing disputes over Snow White. With multiple reshoots and production changes driving up costs, the movie is on the brink of losing even more support as tensions rise. This battle between Rachel Zegler and Disney is shaping up to be more than just a legal dispute. It could redefine how Hollywood handles celebrity influence, fan reactions, and industry standards moving forward. In today's rapidly shifting entertainment landscape, expectations are at an all-time high, especially with social media amplifying every bit of dissatisfaction. Disney has admitted it's facing growing risks, acknowledging how quickly public opinion can turn and how much it can impact their brand and bottom line. The backlash against Snow White is just one example of the struggles Disney is encountering. Under Bob Iger's leadership, fans are voicing their frustrations, arguing that Disney's decisions are losing touch with their audience.
What started as backlash against Rachel Zegler has exploded into a full-scale cultural battleground over Disney's approach to reimagining classic stories. Top of that, Snow White is facing some seriously negative test screenings, and the first trailer released in 2024 got an overwhelming amount of dislikes. This could be a disaster in the making, and many are asking, is this remake going to be Disney's low point? But it's not just about Zegler. This is about unmet expectations, a disconnect with longtime fans, and growing frustration with Disney's direction. So, the real question remains, can Disney recover, or is this the beginning of an identity crisis for the entertainment giant? Now, back to Zegler. Her dismissal has sparked a firestorm, even though filming wrapped back in 2022. Snow White is still stuck in reshoots, with Disney pouring more money into a project that's getting worse reviews by the day. But that's not all. Zegler didn't just lose Snow White, she also missed out on future roles, including the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. Plus, she's facing financial fallout due to unmet contract expectations. Expectations Disney is reportedly claiming weren't valid. Message, message, message. Meanwhile, longtime Disney fans are starting to question their loyalty, feeling like the company's focus on diversity is coming at the expense of what made Disney great in the first place. And Zegler's legal battle could stir the pot even more. So, what do you think? Is Rachel Zegler responsible for the Snow White backlash, or is this all just a symptom of deeper issues within Disney? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Your support means everything to us. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.